I hit the go live button or something happened here. We back? What happened here? Here, I'm not here. I don't know. I got dumped by everything, huh? The hell? Sorry, guys. On my profile. Let me do anything right now. Certainly don't want a new tab open. All right. Hey. All right. Hey. We're back. Okay. Got a little crazy, but that's all right. Sorry. Story of my life. Okay. Videos. And we're back. Okay. Perfect. Glad everything is going to plan. Ish. Okay. I'm going to open up this file here. You can hear me. Perfect. Okay. I don't know why that took a dump, but it did. I think I may have tripped over the plug there, Rob. Okay, ducks. All right. So I'm gonna open up this file here. No difference. So this is our motionized. This is a little funky back here, but there's a solution to that, and that is fixing it. And that is done by basically just kind of blurring out. Reviews are actually going to go back here to our. Undo it. We have all our pieces back. All right, I'm going to go back to our save here. I'm going to grab the virtual rig. Bring it into here. Toggle the history off here. And then I'm going to figure out where we go from here. Cool. I'm going to brush this out. Take out this. Find the brush tool. I am. Come down here. Come back here. Fade it out. Situated properly. Start to brush this. See that? What I want to do is I want to go, before I do that, before I get all crazy, I'm gonna try select subject. See what happens here. Back now, and that's all that matters. I guess that's what we like to think. All right. Let's see what this select tool does. Maybe a slightly better job. Sure. At least gives me a place to start. Go to my brushes I made, and there's a hard brush I have here somewhere. Man, they rearranged the brushes again. There we go. This works. Brush. Well, let me. Oh, quick mask. There we go. Right there. This here. All right. This is cool to just cut this out. Go mask. That's done. I'm going to go to solid color. Turn this off and this. Go here, select here, and we're going to start getting into the nitty gritty of building the shadow out. A little smaller. And there we go. Okay. Start rushing this in here. My goal is here to just kind of get the nitty gritty of the shadow. And then I'll worry about the detail-y stuff afterwards. I just want to have this so I have something to work with. You're seeing the little edges there from the. What the hell's going on here? Sorry, guys. I'm getting. There we go. All right. Get this in here. I'll go under the vehicle, so it won't matter. Just brushing this in here to get this mask in, the details of this mask in there. Pay attention to like 5 things at once here. I'm sorry. All right. 40%, a little blurry. That one in there, go full, get the rest of this. Hey, thank you. What's up? Okay, dokes. All right. So coming together, and we have it. That's all that matters. That's going to end up going behind the vehicle. We'll turn the vehicle on, and this stuff, which will go behind it as well. I'm just going to start to play with the shadow, clean it up. Since I made this mushy mess. Oh. So yeah, obviously there's various densities in here. That was just to block out, and then I can kind of go in, play with the opacity as it appears. Now, it would be not a perfect shadow because it's over rocks, right? Just gonna kind of get this. Whoops. The terrain isn't perfect. So, got that in there. Look at the original here. Okay. Put this on darken first. Multiply. All right. Take back some of the hue and saturation in there. Cool. All right. Now, group that. Mask. Save. Save it as layered. Replace. So, all right, got some. So this one, so I'll do a separate one. So you got your cast shadow and then your drop shadow, right? So we'll do this one as the cast shadow, and we'll play with that opacity there. Change this opacity back to be pretty close. Just gonna slightly darker, so we'll do like 78, and then I'll just kind of like brush some of the lighter areas in there, right? Do 20% X, just kind of hit some of the areas where light might spill in a little bit here. Oops. Again, yep, a little bit in the back. Dust. %10 here. It's going to be messy, totally fine. So I can brush it back in. 40, X. Bring it back. Now look at it again. Cool. 20, X. Or else, maybe right in the front here. All right, cool. So then we'll duplicate this. Go up here. Go 100%. Let's do 90. Cool. Control G, mask D, X, option delete, brush 30, X. Start to like brush some of this back in where it matters, and I'll go like 90% opacity on this brush here. I'll go 40. I'm going to start just kind of bringing in the darker parts of this road here. Or the just darker parts underneath. So this is the drop shadow. This is where it's going to be darkest underneath the 20. Go a little narrower on my brush. See how it just slowly starts to come through here and start to look somewhat the original again. All right, it's coming together. Still at about 20% here. Part where it's the lowest is probably going to be the darkest. Add it again. Cool. There's like a hard line. I'm noticing where it looks like the edge falls off here. So I'll kind of bring that back in. Right underneath the wheel, it's going to be the darkest area. But we do have dirt kicking out. So I'm going to go here, go 20. Kind of want to get this darker area in here. Throwing up a little like rock texture stuff that's happening. Get underneath the wheel here. There we go. All right, cool. Now, the fun part, the smoke. Oh, damn it. You know what? I actually realized I just brushed in. If I look at here, I brushed in what was there originally. That's fine. I'll actually kind of do that. It looks so good. I'm going behind here. Brush in. 40. Reveal some of that area underneath the vehicle. A little bit here. Kind of get some of that realism back in, since it is working so well. All right. Now, save. Control Shift N, and we'll go to my. We're gonna start getting the dust going here. This is the fun part. My dust brushes. Hey, Christina. I primarily work with Camera Raw. For the quick stuff, I do JPEG. If I'm looking for a quick comp or result, or like all the stuff that's kind of in the, actually it's all high-res JPEG. But when I'm working, I always try to work with the high-res TIFFs. That way, I get all the information out of the imagery. Yeah. You blur shadows too, or no? Can't blur the shadows because it's if the vehicle is in focus, the shadow is going to be in focus as well. So now I'm going to go down to, I believe, it shows you. Yeah, this is going to tell me which one's my clouds in here somewhere. The cloud, scattered clouds, bush, clone. Yeah, I think that's probably about it for now. All right. So we'll take this, get smaller. Make sure there's nothing on here. Okay, perfect. Control S, brush. And we'll go 20. Sample the area behind here. Just behind. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go just slightly lighter. 20%. Start to, oh, we'll get right behind the vehicle here. 40. So this is going to end up being lighter. So I'm going to go Control Shift N, go even lighter with my brush. Go. 60, go bigger. Do another one. I like that one. Excuse me, hold on. gonna sneeze. We're all okay. All right. Well, that actually was pretty nice. And then do one more super light. All right, 60. I'm gonna go 40. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Now I'm gonna kind of play with the intensity of some of these. I feel like I need something really light just behind. So I'm going to turn that one off and make a new one. I need something slightly lighter just behind this area here. Yeah, it should work. That's right. I want lighter on it. I can always change the opacity later. Just to give these wheels some kick power. What I'm going to do is come in here to my smudge tool. Make it bigger. Just get this dust moving here. See? A little bit of motion. Do the same thing in front of the front wheels here. Probably a little too light. A little darker color in here. 60. You can clearly tell that's way too hot. But what I'm going to do is just get it going. This looks pretty good, that one. Get it going in here. Oh, I see. I did. Yeah, that's right. I know what happened there. All right. I got that going. And then I'm going to get one on top of the vehicle here. We get the dust kind of bleeding off the car. Again, same thing with this tool here. Just kind of a little bit of motion to it. Go underneath the ones we just did here. This one. I think that's that one. It's not. 12. Kind of move that around a little bit. There we go. And this one of the wheel well looks a little fresh. Bring that in there. Move it around a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Now, we go back to the 12 here. It's going to push this up into here. We'd have a little bit behind there, but it wouldn't necessarily be like spilling underneath the vehicle yet. That's cool. Now, we just got to finesse our mask around the back end of the vehicle here. Our other previous brushes. Let's try a soft one just because it is, slightly soft falling off here. Let's see what this looks like. What do we sing? Behind the behind. All right, okay. So I'm going to come down here, start to do 30%. Start to bring this back a tiny bit. And take it away at 100. You know what I'm actually going to do before I start with this is just duplicate it so I have a copy of the original. Back to the brush before I brushed. I'll go here and I'll go Control J. Figure that out. Control S. water. So I usually start at like, Christina, when I'm shooting these, I usually start at, yes, this content will be available later. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, hey, Ted. Yes, it will be. It's so funny how the chat just decides what it wants to show and what it doesn't. Hilarious. Yeah, Ted, it's available later. This is on Facebook, YouTube, Behance, and Twitch. All right. Kind of bring in a little bit of what was there back. Now, the challenge here is that this won't necessarily have the darker stuff. Well, you would. I'm a liar. At this point, I might just blur the edge of this. This might look better. Yeah. This is just blurring the mask here. I use the object selection tool. What are we at? 60? Let's go with 20. It's so intense. It's kind of getting me. Whoa. Whoa. Too much. So what I'm going to do is go blur 30, or brush 30, X. Bring some of this back in here. It's got a little crazy. I mean, it is out of focus, so I'm splitting myself between. What I have to do is probably go in and lighten up this layer so it matches. 60 here. That's what I have to do. All right. 100% here. Just kind of cleaning this up here. Now, looking at the whole thing here, let's see if I'm getting like a white glow. Maybe I'm going to go curves. Slightly lighter. Control G. I want to see if I lighten up the back end of the vehicle. This will have too much. Make it slightly less, or slightly more seamless. Basically, what's going on is the sunlight is hitting the vehicle, and the sunlight's hitting the smoke and lighting up the vehicle. It's like a little kick. I'm putting that in there. There we go. I think I want to have a little bit of dust come out of the front of this car here. I'll put another one on top. Put my brushes here, see if we still got, nope. I'm going to go back to I had thick cloud. I do. It's in there. It's ready to go. We'll go to, 40 here. 60, smaller. 50, bigger. You know, I normally can get like a taper out of here. Oops, it's not what I wanted. I don't want to edit my brush here. Shape dynamics, minimum diameter, and pressure. We did fade. Let's see if this works on pen pressure. It should. Yeah, it's working. But it is getting weird at the end here. Just changed everything I did. All right, well. All right. It's not tapering. Why won't you taper? Maybe there. That's better. Go 40. Hey, Patrick. Thank you. Welcome. There we go. Now, I'm going to go back into I'm going to duplicate this just because it's so beautiful. Save it. Turn it off. Go filter. Or not filter. I'm going to go to my smudge tool here. 20%. Beautiful. See if my main soft brush will help me with this. I'm just kind of like, you know what? I want blur, I want smudge. There we go. So I'm basically like adding emotion to what I just did. So lets me like kind of blur what just happened in there. I think I kind of makes me want to kind of redo the one that's there a bit. On the top. Let's find out where that is. I think that's here. Yeah, it is. We'll mask that out. Go back to 15 here. Too thick. Put a light in here. Change the opacity a bit. Mask, brush. Actually, smudge tool. I'm trying to get this to do is just kind of look like it's being sucked out of the wheel well, right? A little spin on here. Decline a call from my mom. You know, the usual kind of Monday stuff. I'm busy. So rude of me. Sorry, Mom. All right. Get the edges of this stuff again. I want to bring this back and do it myself. Interesting how choices this thing decided to make. Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? We're going to have to reverse engineer this because I didn't pay attention. Because basically I kind of brushed in some of the surface before from my shadow. Now I have to finesse how I do this mask here using various opacities of my brush. You F it, you fix it. That's the way I look at it, right? There we go. Cool. What's this here? Yeah, it's kind of evening this out. There we go. I gotta fix this here. We'll 60, 0. Clean this up so it doesn't look like a hard edge on it. There we are, 100%. Just kind of going through this. I'm gonna harden up my edge here. Let's start making this look a little sexier. Bring this down, paint this back in. It's the weirdest blur I've ever seen from a shot. Almost like stuff leaping off the edge. I'm gonna have to soften this because it's such an odd shape. Edge of this thing. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna go back to my original and just kind of see what I've done, see if I like it, right? It looks like it's blazing, that's for sure. Now, I'm going to zoom back a little bit further. Do the wheels match? Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't. Now, one thing I can do here is, I've got this dust that I brought in here. Seems to be slightly on the lighter side. So I'm going to go brightness and contrast and group it. And just start playing around with what looks best here. This could be something as simple as just lowering the opacity of this thing. Yeah. It's just too light, right? It looks overdone-ish, especially in the areas behind the car. That one's fine. This could be one of those ones that tapered back a bit. I'm gonna go throw a mask on here and do a gradient. Transparency. It's a little better. What else we got here? This thing's. Do we need that one? Probably not. Need those. Need that one. What we can do with that. That one back on. When I turn that one on, it looks alright. It makes the one beneath it look super heavy. This one. Drop the opacity on that. The idea is of the smoke is to make the car look like it's going fast, not for it to basically look like, oh, look at all that smoke or dust or whatever. Don't want that. Okay. So now that we've done that, I'll save it. I'm going to kind of, let's see here. I think what I'm going to do is open up one of my processed ones here. Just look at the color that I've applied to everything. So it was a reject. The finals here. That's basically what I end up wanting to match, because I pulled some of the saturation out and stuff. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to play with the vehicle a bit. Just kind of bring out the stuff that I want to bring out on it. Like this shadow, just the shadow side can get lighter. So we'll gradient this out. That kind of brings out the front of the vehicle, right? Yeah. All right, so that's looking soups, dopes. Any questions? Good. I hate questions. You guys hate asking them, so that's what I love about this group. All right, so I'm gonna go to my selective color. I think is where I'll probably take care of this, this issue. Not an issue, but the way the color is traveling. All right, over this way. This. A bit of that. Notice how we're getting a pattern-ish thing going on here. I'm gonna go to my yellows. Let's see if that does anything. It does. Does lots of things. At this point, I feel like this is a. I make this thing look like complete junk. Hue and saturation thing. We'll go to here. My yellows here. Reds first. To be where it's at. Yeah. Cool. So now we're going to go into the overall curves of everything. Just kind of bring it down. Take this hue sat back tiny. Oh, no. Yellows. Reds. There. Trying to find it. Now the blues are. No, blues have purple in them. What hell heaven? Apparently I did something with that. Let's go here. If I can take care of this with this here. If not, interesting. It's like the hue and saturation is almost killed. The color this. Nope. I have this in here. I'm gonna go to the regular color here. Just gonna bring that up a tiny. It's looking pretty close to me in terms of what this was. Not that that was the ideal color, but we don't need this. We'll close it. I just kind of want to stay within the realm of the coloration of the other shots. I'm going to my InDesign here. Just look at. Yeah, this thing can skew slightly warmer. I think we could probably apply that to everything. So I will worry about that at the end using. I'm going to take what I did, group it, and I'm just going to tone it down a tiny bit. It's so intense. I get where I was going with it, but I don't mind bumping the other stuff. So there's that. Now, I feel like this part here could come down a little bit. We'll go curves. DX, Alt Delete, brush, F. And actually, you know what? Fill the whole thing with white here. I'm going to use a radial gradient. See if a vignette is what this thing wants. It does. There we go. Now I'm just going to kind of play with. I'm going to go curves. I'll lighten stuff. What I'm going to do is go with black and brush it in, because I want to kind of like have control over where your eye goes. 30. X. Probably go a little lighter. A lighter. Yeah, there we go. So see, I'm kind of like painting some of the texture into here. I'm bringing let the highlights come out. A little bit here. Just so it doesn't look so flattish. 20, a little bigger. All right. I want a little bit more back here. Oh, oh shit. Sorry. I'll call in 10 minutes. So I'll have to be right back until the call's over with. It should be a shorty. I have to see. Teams. All right. I'm going to come in here and actually just get this road to kind of come out a little bit. 10. Narrow this out here. Just kind of like a little road texture in here. Just brings your eye to the what's important more. I can go curves. It's almost like dodging and burning, basically. Curves, go darker. I go DX, I'll delete. I can start bringing some of this stuff in here. 30. And just kind of darkening this stuff in here. Now, I definitely want to make the clouds pop. We have a lighter thing in here, so we'll go here. 20, make it bigger. So your eye goes all the way across. Alrighty. I would love to put flowers in here, but I can't put flowers in everything. So, one thing I am going to try and do is, if we take this here, I like this green area that's happening in here. We're going to just bring some of this into this area here. Oops. I'll mask that out. Fill that with a mask, brush it in. I like a little bit of this angle here. This way it's not so. Use 70. And then I'll just finesse this until kind of hitting the same perspective as stuff that's already there. Ish, it's close. It's close. Would be slightly more in the foreground, so it'd be slightly bigger, but not too much. Throw a little warp in here just to kind of force what I want to happen. Too much force. Sometimes you have to use less force. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Brush some of that in. Brush some of it out. It's a little too big. See, it's kind of get rid of some of this other stuff right here, just to have a little bit more texture in here. So it's not so open sand. And then I'll duplicate that and bring some of it in here. Pass that out. Push it back in. There. Cool. All right, I'm gonna hop on that call. I'll go live again very soonish because I don't think it'll let me. You know what? Good. I'm gonna do a. Yeah, I'll just have to come back, guys. So look out for another thing here in like 30 minutes, and should be glorious.